Hello everyone, my name is LaPrecious and welcome to my channel, Let's Talk with LaPrecious. So today I will be doing a review on episodes 4, 5, and 6 of the Blac Chyna show. I know you guys have noticed that my channel is inconsistent when it comes to the Blac Chyna videos, but I've been working, I've been tired, I've been getting myself situated with school because I have returned to school to complete my associate's degree. So there's just been a lot going on in my world. So first and foremost, when it came to episode number 4 with Dencia, I just didn't really care too much for that episode. And the reason why I didn't care too much for that episode is because a lot of the things that they're reviewing in the real Blac Chyna show, we already know. We already know she did the White Initials deal with Dencia. We already know her and her mom don't get along. And we already know she's back in good graces with Wendy Williams because we all know that Wendy Williams stayed gossiping and bashing Blac Chyna, Rob, and her mama. So the reason why this video won't be as long as the other ones were is because some of the scenes in some of these episodes were just very tiring, very boring, and they just made me sleepy. I'm like, China, you could have did a better job with making this show more intriguing and making this show more interesting instead of including all of this arguing and the fighting and I don't have my hair, I don't have my makeup, I don't have this, I don't have that. Or get some writers to help you write a good storyline or something because the last 3 episodes that I've seen, they've been like, am I gonna fall asleep in the next 5 minutes? This may sound well, it's my channel, so I can say whatever I want to say, but I'm just being honest, y'all. This show is very hard to follow when some of the scenes just don't need to be in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop into episode number 4. So with episode number 4, China decides to just leave it alone with her mama. She's tired of arguing with Tokyo Tony, trying to get her to see things from her side, trying to get her to see how her negative attitude is damaging their relationship. So she just washes her hands of it. We see where she gets connected with Marlon Mall. To those of you who don't know who Marlon Mall is an executive producer in the entertainment industry. And he's not new to reality TV because he was on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood when Masika was messing around with him before she decided to jump ship with Young Bird. Because at the time, her and Marlon Mall had a situationship, and her and Nikki Baby used to get into it because Nikki Baby said that was her boyfriend. So anyway, we all know who Marla Mall is to fans that are, of urban reality TV. So she goes ahead and reconnects with him and starts getting back to her music because we all know Blac Chyna is an aspiring rapper. She had one song that came out called I Deserve. Some people said it wasn't good. When I heard it, I thought it was actually pretty good. So maybe she could put out something better, but I felt like the first song she put out was really good. Then they showed her talking to Jeremiah and how she's been working with him, how she really wants to take her music career seriously. I can honestly say this former stripper rapper career is kind of getting old. Ever since Cardi B did it, now everybody want to do it. You got Blac Chyna, you got Summer Bunny. Now, Summer Bunny wasn't a stripper, but jump off. Same category. Now she wants to do music and Apple Watts and I'm not saying that nobody can accomplish their dreams and goals, but sometimes I feel like some of these careers people just run to as a safe gate because they're like, okay, I'm in the hip hop industry. I know this person, know that person. If it worked for them, maybe it could work for me. Whatever floats your boat, you can do it, but just make sure, that's something that you're meant to do because we've had a lot of former strippers in the hip hop industry actually make it, like Eve, Cardi B, Cash Doll. I mean, even Trina, they made a career out of rapping and they used to be strippers, but this whole scene about former stripper turned rapper is just getting old. So moving along to the next thing, we see her team up with Dencia. To those of you who don't know who Dencia is, I've known of Dencia since I was in high school back in 2010 because I remember when her White Initials line came out. Densia is a Nigerian and Cameroonian pop star. She's also a video vixen because back when she was, originally dark skinned, she was a video vixen, a lot of different videos. And then, as time went on, she developed this whitening cream and she went from being black to being white. And her stuff is very expensive, but ever since it came out, people have bought it up. But her stuff, it does the job. And I'm going to get into the Blac Chyna situation in a minute, but her products have been getting a lot of bad reviews because Blac Chyna, I mean, we all know Blac Chyna would do anything for $1. So I'm not surprised when she jumped on this skin bleaching tip. Because I hate to say it, but a lot of these pop culture people and a lot of these Instagram influencers, they sell this stuff that they know is going to harm people. Behind closed doors, these people get plastic surgery, they get their skin bleached, they get their hairlines pulled up and surgically fixed. Because Blac Chyna, the reason why her forehead is not as big, because she got her hairline pulled up so her hairline would, so her forehead wouldn't be as big. And you have people that get their eyelids and stuff shaved off so they can have brighter eyes, lips plump. I mean, these people do all types of stuff to their bodies, but then they sell y'all this rags to riches story of how I used to weigh 200 pounds and I used a combination of flat tummy tea and waist trainers and this, South Beach, Miami diet, and this how I got this banging body. And I'm like, these people are lying to y'all and they're really playing on your emotions and heartstrings just to get your money. Now, I love Blac Chyna, for her appearance because she is a pretty girl and, she be rocking the hair and the outfits and stuff. But Chyna is a finesser. I mean, she's finessed a lot of people out of money because we all know Blac Chyna has not only used waist trainers and flat tummy tees and all that stuff she sells to get her body. She uses y'all's money that y'all use to pay her for these different products and she get the stuff done. Now, when it comes to the skin whitening stuff, skin bleaching, I'm not going to judge too harshly because I used to bleach my skin. Because back in the 8th grade, it was really hard. Most 90s kids know growing up, especially in elementary school, high school, especially if you grew up in like an urban neighborhood or you went to schools in urban neighborhoods, you used to see, the mixed girls, the Hispanic girls, the white girls and stuff get picked by all the cute boys and then sometimes you hear comments about your hair being nappy, lips too big, skin dark. And I mean, that's just what it was for me back then. Back then, I felt like if I bleached my skin, then maybe, things would get better. And I did get lighter, but as time went on, the skin bleaching started putting rashes and stuff on my skin. I had to quit using it. And as time has gone on, I have learned to love my skin, but I'm going to be honest, sometimes I still think about bleaching my skin in a way because it's hard for Black women, especially, to be accepted by society, by men, by people in different arenas because for whatever reason, Black is seen as such a threat where people feel like they have to conquer you and rule over you or they don't have to respect you. And so, that's why I said I'm not going to judge the skin bleaching ordeal so harshly because I can understand why a lot of women do it because I used to do it. But with Blac Chyna and the whole skin bleaching thing, that's just who she is. That's just what she's going to do. But that White Nisha stuff, it has gotten some bad reviews over the years because some people have said that the White Nisha's cream was good back in the day, where a lot of her creams, they didn't damage your skin or cause you to have any funny, reactions. But I've read recent reviews where people had to stop using it because it was making them break out. One lady said her nose started bleeding from using the bleaching cream, and when she stopped, her nose stopped bleeding. So I'm like, this stuff is dangerous, and I'm sure these people probably gonna use this stuff for the time being. And if they, skin fall off, peel off, all the way to the white meat, they're gonna throw that stuff away. And I'm sure Dentsia is not gonna do nothing about it because I've also have read that her customer service is terrible. If you have an issue or anything like that, with her products. It's hard to talk anybody in customer service, and it's really hard to get your money back. So Blac, Chyna, and Density, they pretty much know what they're doing. They're perfect scammers. So moving along from that episode on to the episode of her preparing for the Wendy Williams interview, and they talked about that in episode 5 and 6. The only thing I'll say is that those two episodes to me was just a waste of time. It just was, because I'm like, y'all are arguing about hair, makeup. I don't want my hair like this. It's too much glue, and this is too much. Da 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 da. For the life of me, I have never understood why her and Nicki Minaj. And the reason why I'm using Nicki Minaj, because her and Nicki Minaj look a lot alike. I mean, Blac Chyna became famous partially because of Nicki Minaj, because she was Nicki Minaj's stunt double in the Monster video, and she was, in another video with Nicki Minaj, and she dated Tyga, and Drake name dropped her as a stripper, and that's how everybody came to know who she was. But I'm like, y'all are known for being some of the most influential people in the world, and I don't understand why y'all just switch up, managers and makeup artists and stylists and stuff so frequent. I'm like, just use your original team. It's like, if it worked back then, it could still work now. And the only positive thing that I can say about the whole shabacle with the episode about her hair and makeup not being right, it really worked out for her good, because I said in my previous video with Blac Chyna's interview on Wendy Williams is that she looked like the Blac Chyna that we know her as. She didn't have, the dimple piercings like she had in the beginning of her career. But she had the blunt China bang with the long black hair, and the outfit and stuff. She looked like Blac Chyna. So pretty much it all worked out in her favor. But I just felt like the assistant and the PR person and Treasure arguing with them for almost 30 minutes of the episode. I'm like, I had to skip through some of it. Because I'm like, y'all are sitting here arguing about makeup, hair, who gonna talk first, who need to quit talking. I'm like, this is just unnecessary. And I feel like with Treasure, and I know everybody has seen the news about Treasure, about her falling out with Blac Chyna, Blac Chyna's team quitting on her, and nobody wanting to do the show because they feel exploited and taken advantage of. The only thing that I'm going to say about that is Chyna needs to get with people on her level. And I know some of y'all may disagree with that and say Chyna's finesse. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. She is a finesse, but I believe that Treasure is her yes woman, or was her yes woman, so they're supposed not friends anymore. A lot of times people, because here's what went through my mind. Like, we've seen Blac Chyna on Love and Hip Hop, and I, saw Funky Dineva's video where he did say Blac Chyna was supposed to be on Love and Hip Hop, but she turned it down due to the lack of money that she wanted to be paid. They weren't going to pay her. And Blac Chyna makes appearances on Love and Hip Hop every now and then because of the people that she knows on that show. So I'm like, she might as well should have been on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. But anyway, hopefully she's getting a check from them like she is from Zeus. So I just feel like Blac Chyna should just hang around people on her level. I'm like, you're already with Densea, you with Marlon Mall and Jeremiah. These people make the same amount of money you make. They do the same things you do. They move in the same circles in the same arena. So you need to stick with them. Now with Treasure, this whole, oh, you've been my friend for 10, 15 years and stuff. I feel like Treasure is her yes person. And then we even saw in the clip where Chyna had like the lime green wig, where she was like, you took money from me, I've given you all this money, and Treasure's like, you never gave me money, you gave me a W-9 to extort money from you. And then Chyna called her a bum bee and all of that, told her to get out of her house and stuff like that. I just feel like Treasure, and this is why I don't feel sorry for these people, really have sympathy, because y'all know how Chyna is. I'm like, she's Blac Chyna, for crying out loud. We all know what she do. So I don't see how y'all wouldn't have thought that y'all were going to somehow be left out or be innocent in her finessing. Because Chyna has pretty much used everybody in her circle other than, the friends and stuff that she kick it with. But Chyna knows what she doing. And I just feel like with Treasure, Treasure was her yes person. She was a person that defended her, that always told her she looked good. Because even when she was in the car, and it was just kind of weird to me how Treasure was like, "Oh, you look good in the shoe game. Oh, your hair look good. All this look good." Da, 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 da. It sounded like she had rehearsed it. Like she was like Chyna's cheerleader. And it's like she could have hired her for that pretty much. And that's just what that just seems like to me. It's like Treasure, Chyna's only using you as her yes person, somebody to fight her battles. And, she was telling her to go out there and to tell her assistant at PR what she's doing and what she wants and stuff. I'm like, how can you be a grown woman and let another grown woman tell you how to talk to her? And how she should dress and how she should look and stuff. So I just feel like Treasure, you pretty much set yourself up for that. So I just feel like Chyna, in that sense, needs to stick with people on her level. Be with the love and hip hop people. Be with Molly Mall and Jeremiah and all these other people, because these are people on your level. And these are people that you're gonna hang with, be cool with and stuff. Cause we all know Chyna and Treasure ain't the only one, but Paige. If y'all remember Paige, Paige was another, big booty friend that she had that was, with her and Rob at the time, and was take care of baby. And as a matter of fact, she's at risk of going to jail because not too long ago she took one of Chyna's cars and was in a hit and run accident. Then it came back to Chyna, and the people that the girl hit and ran from, Chyna ended up getting sued for that. And as we all know, Paige was, her nail tech. Blac Chyna used to always show off that like 35 carat, $250,000 ring that Robert gave her. She would always have her nails done in like lime green and the beehive colors and all that type of stuff. And even back then, like Paige was her like yes girl. So I'm like, Chyna knows how to pick friends that she can use. Because I remember that Treasure was even telling Tokyo Tony in the early episode that she was like, you need to get out of her life and you need to get out of her head. And this somebody that's starting this, blah, blah, blah. And Treasure was like, what do you mean I'm trying to use her? I'm not trying to use her. And what do you mean? Said Chyna was the one that approached me. I didn't approach her. Here's my take on that whole don't chase after people, let people approach you. Sometimes you have to approach people to make a connection. And sometimes when people approach you, they could have good intentions or bad. And in this sense, I feel like Chyna had bad intentions with folks. Because my thing is, just because somebody approach you don't mean they have something good in mind for you. Some people can sniff out your low self-esteem, your low credibility, your low reputation, your low mindset of yourself, and they know they can use you and fool you thinking that you their friend, and all they're doing is just trailing you along. And that's what Chyna pretty much did to Treasure. And that's what I think that this whole, thing is about. Chyna knows how to use people. And she knows how to manipulate people and how to get things go her way. Because Treasure even said in the IG Live that I got from Lovely T's video that said that, I've been in the store and Chyna has spent like $15,000 in a day and $12,000 in a day, and she will always give people thousands of dollars for their birthdays, and she will always tell Chyna, I don't want nothing, don't buy me nothing. Because she probably knew that if she would have took something from Chyna would have threw it up in her face and would have been like, look at what I've done for you, this, that, and the third. And that's why, to close out this video, that's why you have to be careful of who you roll with and who you call your friend. But also make sure you hang around folks on your level. Because Blac Chyna, she's in that entertainment world. Everything that glitters is not gold. A lot of them people in that world, they do some dog hoggish stuff just to stay on top. And Treasure should have known that by her being so real and being so honest and stuff, that Chyna was going to eat her up too. Because she was even saying, Chyna would do a lot of stuff to me that I knew wasn't right, but I stood there and sat there and took it anyway because that was my friend. And I hate people like that. I'm like, why would you take somebody's disrespect? Because you love them, but they ain't even showing that they love you. Because a lot of these ride or die folks gonna end up being jaded, heartbroken, and bitter for the rest of their days if they don't stop letting these people they call family and friends just hurt their heart and they not say nothing because they love them. My thing is, you love people that love you. You accept people that accept you, and don't be sitting there taking stuff from folks because you love them, because they certainly showing you that by them pooping on you and cussing you out and making you look like a fool. They just using you for their own gain. And then when they feel like you don't need to be there no more, they're gonna bump you out like Chyna just did. So I'm still going to continue on with this show and I'm still going to be doing reviews, but I just had to give my honest opinion about this because at the end of the day, we see this as entertainment, but at the same time, to to the urban community folks like myself, we know what the game, we know how the game goes, and we know what the real deal is. So we know what the real Blac Chyna is like. We know what this show represents, and we know the world that she's a part of. So to a lot of us, this stuff is really of not any surprise. So I hope you all like this video. Don't forget to like and leave a comment in the comment section and subscribe to my channel.